know the truth. My life is real, so please don't get it twisted. My blues the same, ain't gotta be dealt with. These are the things I wish you knew. Yeah.
Hey everyone, Merry Christmas. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day celebrating with your family. So as you can see, I'm a little bit underdressed, but that's just because today I'm going to be filming a very special video for you guys. I'm going to be doing a get ready with me video, Christmas edition. Now, I don't normally do anything related to makeup or any of that stuff on my channel, but today is a very special day. I love the fact that I get to celebrate with my family. I'm here at home, and every single year I dress up for Christmas. So dressing up is not a new thing for me, and I love it. And so I guess I thought, you know, why not take you guys on this little, you know, pamper me, get ready with me type of a day that I'm having so far. I hope again that you guys are having a wonderful Christmas. By the time this video goes up, Christmas will probably be done and gone, but that's okay. I pray that this next coming year will be just filled with love and joy and fruitfulness for you and your family, for all the ones that you love, that everything that you put out into the world, everything that you desire to accomplish, that you will be able to get through it this year. You know, my 2018 had its many ups and downs, but I am so grateful to God that I've, you know, been able to see another year, the end of another year, because so many people have not. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, so I'm coming to you bare face, head tied, everything, robe on. I just bathed, so I'm nice and clean and fresh. And so my face, I actually did a mask yesterday night. I used my Vichy gel mask, and I love that mask. You really only leave it on for 5 minutes. If you want any more info about any of the masks that I use to prepare my face and just get it looking right, especially in the winter time, I know it can be a little bit dry and not really give your face and your skin that just extra juice that it needs. So any questions that you guys might have about my skincare routine, I have another video. The link will be somewhere in the description box below, so you can go check it out, see the products that I use to get my face prepared. And pretty much that's just what I did. I did a mask yesterday. I washed my face with my typical face wash that I always use. I'm gonna go ahead and use some astringent. This is not the one that I normally use, but I have two, one that I have here at my home and one away in Chicago. So this is the one that I use when I'm home, and this is from Dickinson's, and this is Witch Hazel, just the Dickinson's brand. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean off my face of extra oils, just because my skin is very, very oily, and I'm doing my makeup earlier in the day, so I don't want it to just slide off my face by the time I'm getting ready to go to dinner. So yeah, I've never filmed to get ready with me. I don't know how this is gonna go. I know that when I see YouTubers do this sort of a video, it's always a lot more difficult than it seems. So hopefully, you know, I can get through it and talk and do my makeup at the same time. I came home to my desk, and I love to do my makeup in front of natural lighting. So I'm sitting in front of the desk, my window that's above my desk in my room, and I love it because I get a really good idea of what my actual makeup looks like. But I came home thinking, you know, I'm gonna have my nice little mirror. I have a standing mirror on my desk, setting my stuff up, no mirror to be found. So I'm like, what is going on? Go downstairs, ask my mom where my mirror is. It broke. Why is it that every time I come home from being away, something crazy happens to my room? Like, my room literally becomes a junkyard for people's stuff. Like, they don't care about me. They don't care about my space. They just come in here and throw everything down. But it's all good. So I figured, you know, I'll just get the mirror from my dad's room, and that's what I'm using right now. So if I'm looking at you guys and looking away, it's just because I'm trying to see myself in the mirror, because it's hard to, you know, visualize myself. I'm not going to describe all of the products, because like I said, this is not a beauty channel. So I'm just going to, you know, kind of talk if there's important stuff that I'm using, or stuff that I really, really like, or new stuff that I have, then I'll tell you about it. Otherwise, you've seen all of this. You probably watched 1,000,001 YouTube videos on how to apply makeup. This is really no different than any of that. I like to start out with using a moisturizer for my lips. The one that I always use is this Palmer's Cocoa Butter. It's like literally the label has rubbed off because of how long I've had this thing and how much I love it. I know it kind of looks like a glue stick and it's huge, but trust me, this thing is amazing. And because it's so big, I don't lose it. Unlike the little smaller chapsticks, like they tend to get lost, especially for someone like me, very easily. So I love this one because of its size. And I didn't want anything too greasy because I'm going to be using a lip stain. This one is from Sephora, and I love this lip stain, but you know, when you put oils on underneath, it doesn't do its job. So I didn't put on too much of my chapstick, just enough to keep my lips moisturized, so I'm not putting this on top, which tends to be very drying, of dry lips, and then you just see all the cracks in my lips and everything like that. But yeah, so how's your Christmas going? How is your family? What are you guys doing today? How are you celebrating? I went to a Christmas service at my home church last night, and it was really, really good. My pastor actually shared with us that he was coming home from Germany. His daughter lives in Germany. She moved to Germany a couple years ago and she got pregnant. She's married now. And he went out there to go visit with her and the baby and her husband's family. And he is not German. Their family is not German. He does not speak a lick of German. So he was just, telling us about his whole experience and just really contrasting that to the way that God works through circumstances to communicate with us all, no matter what language we speak. And I thought that was a really great connection, for one, and two, his story was just really relatable. Because I think that we've all been in scenarios where, we've been somewhere that's different. People may all speak English, but like being in a new situation, a new scenario, new city, and people are just different and things are just different, it can be overwhelming. So it was nice that he was able to share that with us. Unfortunately, on his way home, he got a call. He's the chaplain for the Markham fire department. So on his way home, he got a call from a friend, one of the firemen from the department, and they let him know that they thought that they asked him, is this your house number? And they gave him a specific house number, and he said, yeah, what's going on? And they said, well, your house is currently on fire, and we're in the midst of pretty much putting the fire out. Everyone got out okay, everyone is safe. And so my pastor, follow-up question, well, what's the damage? And he pretty much says, we're not really sure at this point. So cut to 13 hours later, they arrive at Pearson, which is the international airport here in Toronto, one of them. And it was late, so they weren't able to go over and see the apartment or their house. They had to wait till the next morning. So the next morning, I guess my pastor went over to his home by himself just to kind of be in the midst of what had happened and see the damage. And like I said, he is the chaplain at the Markham Fire Department. And so he's seen plenty of this before. He's been called in on plenty of occasions for the purpose of ministering and praying with families who've gone through a fire. And so this was not what he assumed would not be unfamiliar territory. However, at this point, it's your own home. This is not someone else's home. This is your own home. These are your own things. And he walked into his kitchen, and the entire first floor of the apartment was completely water. I usually keep a glass of water in my room by my bed. That's another tip. If in the wintertime, if your room gets dry, keep a glass or a bowl of water by your bed. Me, I like to keep water in my room while I'm sleeping, just because sometimes you wake up, the air is really dry, or whatever the case is, you're thirsty. And so I'm just going to use this water to just damp my sponge, because I forgot to damp it before I came in here. Whatever, the water's clean. Anyways, sorry, let me cut back to the story. So he went into his kitchen. Everything was pretty much destroyed. So there was nothing left. Nothing at all. And he showed us pictures. The damage was it was unlivable. And it was really, really sad, And one thing that he said that really stuck with me was the fact that in that moment, he realized what the difference is between empathizing and simply sympathizing with someone. And he said, I've been in plenty situations where I've had to be on call for families who have gone through the devastation of having a fire in their home. And so, he's come in, he's prayed with these people, and he's really sympathized with them. But this was the first time that he understood what it meant to empathize, because looking around at his home, there was literally nothing left. It was unlivable. So right now, I believe he's still staying at a friend's, him and his wife and kids. And I just thought that image was sad, but the way that he contrasted it with, the reason why we celebrate this season is because God loved us enough to come down off of his throne, leave his throne in heaven, and become a man for our sake. Can you imagine someone loving you that much to just be like, okay, think about the richest person that you know, Bill Gates or whatever, whoever, or a celebrity. Would you really see them leaving everything that they had worked for and earned and everything like that to save somebody else's life? Literally give everything away. I don't know. I can't think of any famous person that would do that. I don't know that. And not even just one person. This is everybody. Jesus is doing this for everybody. And that image picture was beautiful because it's at that point, we see how God doesn't just sympathize with us and some of our problems and the things that we go through as humans, but he wanted to empathize with us. He wanted to let us know, hey, I know exactly what you're going through. I don't simply sit on my heavenly throne and have no idea. He knew what it meant to be hungry. He knew what it meant to be treated like an outsider. He knew what it meant to be lied on. He knew what it meant to be cheated. He knew what it meant to be angry and sad. And still, knowing that he didn't have to do that, he loved us enough to say, you know what, I need to do this because this is my creation. These are my people, and I love them so much that I could not just stay in heaven where I am and watch them just suffer a life of condemnation and separation from God and separation from myself, and that picture image to me, the fact that God not only sympathizes with us, but he empathizes with us, that's beautiful to me, You don't really think about too many people that would be willing enough to do that. And so I was grateful for the fact that my pastor was open enough to share that with us. I think that, when we go through hard times, especially think about it, it's the holiday season. You come home from a whole other country to a home with nothing. You had gifts, those are gone. You had grocery shopped or whatever the case is, stored stuff for your Christmas dinner or Christmas Eve or whatever, gone. Everything gone. Nothing was salvaged. Nothing was salvageable. So it was just a beautiful picture image, and I love the fact that he was humble enough to share that with us, because some people wouldn't, and they would turn that into something other than what it needed to be, which was something to share and uplift and remind us of what the Christmas season really means and what it's about. I was talking to a friend the other day and yesterday, and I had asked them if they had finished their Christmas shopping and how they're feeling about Christmas, and they had said that they weren't really feeling it because the reason for the season and the reason for Christmas had kind of been lost. And I think for a lot of us it is. It's very commercialized. People just want a reason to spend money sometimes. They just want a reason to buy gifts and splurge and have people splurge on them. Oftentimes, the meaning behind Christmas and what it's supposed to mean is lost. And that's not just with Christmas. Like, I think about Easter, how it's very much the same for Easter. Like, what is the Easter bunny over Jesus dying on a cross for somebody like you and me, who literally could not save ourselves, would have been burning in the fiery hells with Satan for eternity? I don't think that people understand like what eternity means, and like, I think that, with a lot of other things in life, it's hard for us in our human minds to grasp that term. Eternity is a really long time to be bunning up. And I'm not really trying to live my life like that, But yeah, I think that a lot of times that's lost. The reason for the season is lost. We forget, that God's greatest gift, beyond the Gucci and the Prada and the Balenciaga and the Fendi and the Mac and the iPhone 10, XR 10, 12, 13, 14, whatever number is out right now, beyond all of that, like beyond the cars and the money and all of that, even beyond spending time with family, which is honestly my favorite part. Like, the greatest gift that we have is the fact that Christ became a baby for our sake. That's amazing to me, It really, really is. And I've learned not to take that for granted. I've learned not to take it for granted that I get to remember that and celebrate that, because there are people who are living in countries that, speaking about your faith is, you might as well just put yourself in the line to be killed because of how dangerous it is to do stuff like that, How dangerous and detrimental to your life it is. I don't know. I think that it's important that we remember that. Remember the real reason that we celebrate, why we celebrate. And don't take that for granted that we have that opportunity to do so. Tell me about some of your own holiday traditions. I realized upon talking to several people at church and things of that nature that different people celebrate different ways. Like, a lot of people, more than I would have assumed or thought, celebrate Christmas dinner and things of that nature, not even on Christmas. Like, a lot of families celebrate before, or they celebrate on Christmas Eve or Boxing Day, and I thought that was really interesting, because I guess I come from a family where, like, all of like the grandkids, no one is married yet. And so we've never really had to make accommodations for someone else coming in and being like, okay, like, let's change the date for our dinner, our family dinner, to like another day other than Christmas Day. I think for me, family is important because I would want my kids to grow up around their cousins and have that experience, that whole experience of, laughter and just enjoyment with those that love them. That's very, 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 very important for me, that my kids will be able to experience that. And I don't know where God is going to take me, where I'll end up in this life. But I do hope that it's somewhere that allows for my kids to grow up around their cousins. And be able to enjoy Christmas with family, extended family. I think that there's a lot more people than I would have thought that really only celebrate with their immediate family, which is very interesting to me because we've never had that. Like, we've never just celebrated with the 4 of us, my mom, my brother, my dad, and I. So I'm not really accustomed to doing it that way. But I guess once I get married, you know, things will change and shift. But I really do hope that my kids can grow up with my brother's kids, and, you know, that we will have that bond and that connection with everyone. Anyways, before I left for Chicago, I bought my very first Juvia's palette. And I bought it because they sell it in Ulta now. Ulta's not in Canada, but it is in the States, so hopefully it'll make its way over to Canada soon. But I bought my first Juvia's palette, and I love the color selection. I was debating in the store for a while which set I wanted to get. I might get a new one. Right now I know that they have a sale going on. I don't know if it's actually still going on, but at the time they did have a sale, and it's 50% off a couple of their palettes, which I was like, wow. And I love their palettes because they're so pigmented. I really, really do. So I'm not gonna do anything too extravagant with my eyes because I'm doing a red lip. So I'm literally just gonna be putting a couple colors in my crease, blending it out, giving myself like a warm eye, but nothing too dramatic. And then of course I already have my eyelashes on. Like, eyelashes literally make my life complete. I realized that I really hate not having eyelashes because in the morning time I literally wake up and I feel pretty. Like, I feel like, okay, you don't have to do too much. It's fabulous. You wash your face, don't comb your eyebrows, you don't have to comb them, just comb them. And you're ready to go. I'm choosing not to walk you guys through this. I'm still learning, I'm still trying, and I'm not where I would like to be, but you know, working on it. I don't want to do too much, but I do want to do something fun. I might actually use, right now I'm using Catsiana actually, and I might do Would-A-Be. I always use Jamila. I might use Senegal in the corners, my inner tear duct here. I don't know, we'll see what happens, how I pull this together. I really should have been watching a YouTube video while I was doing this, so I could have some idea of, you know, sometimes it's good to have like inspiration of where you want to go. I think I'm gonna do Jamila just to warm my crease up a little bit. I'm gonna fast forward through this part because, you know, this looks pretty like basic and similar to probably what you guys have seen a lot of other videos. So when I'm done with my eye look, I will come back and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, y'all, so this is the final look. I'm just gonna comb my eyelashes, my extensions, and then put a little bit of mascara and add a wing if I can find an eyeliner because my eyeliner dried out. Right now I'm running, I don't have any more of my all-nighter spray from Urban Decay, so if anyone want to get, you know, your girl a Christmas gift, I am always willing to accept a large bottle.
Drippin', diamonds on my wrist, they trippin'. Came through drippin', came through drippin', came through drippin'. Diamonds on my wrist, they trippin'.
Eyebrows yet. Here I am putting on highlights with undone eyebrows. Usually I don't skip that step, so this is a good thing that I'm not, this is not a tutorial of any sort. Yesterday I went out to church and my eyebrows were not cooperating. Have you ever had one of those days like you're trying to do your eyebrows and they literally just refuse to cooperate? Just refuse. Like they don't want to look like twins, they don't want to look like sisters, they don't even look like they're in the same family, and you're just sitting there like, really? Face powder by MAC. Set that, make sure it's fully blended. Set that. Let her dry a little bit. Yes, darling. Yes. This is the finished product. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair and get my dress on, and then I'll give you the details of my dress and my hair. Hey guys, so this is the final look. I hope you guys like it. My dress is from Akira, but it's also, you can also find it on Amazon, which I found out a little while after I purchased it. It's off the shoulder. It's actually very comfortable. It's warm, so it's nice, you know, for the holiday season as well. It's a really nice thick material. I already got it dirty, so I would definitely suggest not getting it in white. But otherwise, I love this dress. The final look for my hair, I just put a couple of gold pins in my hair. I slicked it back into a low bun, and then I put some edge control. So that's the final look for my hair, and then I have, you know, it on both sides. And I really like it. My makeup, you guys saw a little bit earlier. So hopefully you guys like the full look. Thank you so much for getting ready with me. I don't know if I'm gonna do another video like this anytime in the future because it was really hard. And I can only imagine what the editing is gonna be like. But anyways, again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas, Happy New Year when it comes around. I know that this video will probably come into the New Year, so happy or merry belated Christmas. Anyways, again, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe like I mentioned before, and comment. Okay, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.